Okay, we're back with the modern portion now after Simon Latchum is at the bottom of the screen, took game one with, took standard 2 games to 1. We can see Simon won and he's on the draw, so it looks like Felix has decided to bring Ubzan this time. Up against... Oh, we've got an Ubzan mirror, so this should be interesting. I'm a bit out of touch with the current meta game in Modern. I haven't watched too much recently, so I'm not sure why both have decided to play Ubzan here. As we see, Felix has casted a Thoughtseize. Just make sure I'm looking at the right hand. What we're looking at right now, that's Simon's hand at the bottom, so what does he take with this Thoughtseize? Liliana, the Last Hope. Interesting, and there's a Liliana of the Veil as well, so that this might be a reaction to the new Planeswalker rule. As we look at Felix's hand. Grimflayer will come down here. Temple Garden, a giveaway that we're on a giveaway to Simon that we're on an Ubzan mirror here. Does he want to path that? I don't know if he does. He can probably just play Liliana of the Veil and minus it to get rid of the Grimflayer. If he was to do that, then Felix has the Maelstrom Pulse. We'll see if that's a line he wants to take. Minus Liliana. Yep, Liliana goes down and so does the Grimflayer. What does he want to do? Felix is not mucking around. He'll get that Liliana off the battlefield straight away. Both these players playing very quickly, so it's difficult to switch between. I kind of like... oh, he probably should have tapped... Oh, okay, he wants to Inquisition. I kind of like the Ubzan Charm in Simon's list here. What's he going to take? Has to take the Inquisition, can't get the Siege Rhino. Siege Rhino can't come down next turn unless Felix tops the land. Which he doesn't. He finds a Scavenging Ooze. Well, Scavenging Ooze will be a good one here if, I was going to say if Lingering Souls is in the deck, and there it is. So Simon does have the answer there with the Fatal Push. Down goes the Scavenging Ooze, and that gives Delirium for the Grimflayer. Grimflayer is going to get in a 4, and suddenly it's a 3-turn clock here. As we go back to Felix's. Felix with the Siege Rhino can come down next turn and stabilise the board though. Simon does have the Path to Exile that can take care of that. Oh, and Simon keeps all 3 cards on top. So down comes the Siege Rhino. It's going to unfortunately eat a Path to Exile, I'd imagine. We'll see if he wants to fire the Path off here. He does. So only a Lingering Souls left in hand here for Felix. He can actually cast it and recast it next turn if he wants to. Interesting call here for Simon. He can keep the pressure up with the Tarmogoyf, or he can draw cards with the Abzan Charm, because he is getting a bit low on cards in hand. He topped all three last time, so he obviously wanted the Tarmogoyf from the Grimflyer activation. We'll see what he does this time. We know two of these cards he wants. I have to apologise for this noise a bit. All three go to the top again. I've just moved to a new house and these tourist buses keep driving past about every half an hour. So Tarmogoyf down, and he could potentially have lethal on next turn if he wanted with the Abzan Charm tokens. Although Felix finds a fatal push, so this is going to work out quite well. He takes down the Grimflyer so that the Grimflyer can stop the scrying effect. And also with this the Lingering Soul Spirits that he can flash back, he can just chump block for 4 turns here. Well, he chooses not to, he chooses to go to 5. So Felix is out of cards, he's playing off the top of his deck. And he can only find a Shumbling Vent. Flashes back that Lingering Souls. This could be a blowout here because Felix has got no cards in hand. Simon could choose to use the Abzan Charm to put counters on the 2 spirits. Well, so yeah, I think that's the path he's going to go down. He can still flash back his Lingering Souls. What's he doing here? He's just having to think about how he wants to block. All 3, so it looks like he's respecting the possibility of a pump here. I'm kind of surprised at that. It makes me think that the Abzan list must have been a recent, must have featured in a recent tournament that the players are aware of. Because you normally don't see an Abzan Charm in this list. And Simon chooses not to use the charm. Well, he can flashback he can flashback the Lingering Souls here, and then he can put the counters on the 2 that are not blocked next turn. So next turn would be lethal. We'll see what Felix can find off the top of his deck. He can fire up the Shumbling Vent to get in as well. Just to, yeah, he's going to do that. Because the 2 spirits can't stop that. And by firing up the Shambling Vent, he kind of negates 2 of the spirits. Oh, but the Path to Exile will take care of the Shambling Vent. Felix is not dead here because he can take down the Tarmogoyf, but he's going to drop to 2. He would still need an answer for the tokens. He does this during Simon's draw step. This means now that he cannot do the Abzan Charm trick this turn. He probably runs out the Tarmogoyf and passes the turn. He can trade with the 2 spirits. The Abzan Charm he could, because Felix is out of cards, so he could put Felix to 1 here, by putting the charm onto the unblocked spirit, then it would force Felix to be drawing a removal spell next turn. We'll see if he wants to do that. I think the other option was he could have run out the Tarmogoyf, and then that would have been lethal. Because he can Abzan Charm now, and if Felix draws a removal spell, actually he might choose to, no, I think, yeah, he's going to go and double the tokens over. So it's a blowout now. I don't think there's any way out of this for Felix. See what he draws here. Yeah, only a fatal push is not going to... actually no, he can fire up the Shumbling Vent here. He's still alive. The vent's going to put him to 4, so still alive. Simon draws a Scavenging Ooze. But so many things have to go right here for Felix. I don't see how he can get out of this situation. With one card in hand, Simon could have fired up the Stirring Wildwood there and he would have had lethal as well. Tarmogoyf comes down, and I think we'll probably see a concession here from Felix. The only thing that could save him would be another fatal push to remove the Tarmogoyf, so the Shumbling Vent can block the Scavenging Ooze. So he finds a path to exile, so he's still alive, but yeah, he's going to concede. There's too far to come back, and Simon takes game 1.